everyone, I've got something a bit different to show you today. I've been wanting to have a go at patchwork for ages, but I can't ever quite be bothered with all the fiddly cutting out and pressing and all that stuff. And then a friend showed me this brilliant system, Foundation by the Yard, which just takes all the headache out of it and makes it really, really easy. This is the very first piece that I did. I was thrilled to bits with it, and it only took me, I don't know, an hour, even less. And in the end, all of these foundation squares and my border strips will go together to form a quilt that looks like this, only obviously much bigger. As you can see on there, the finished piece will be 34 inches by 42. And all I need, apart from my foundation piece, is 2 yards of light fabrics and 2 yards of dark fabrics. As well as, obviously, a pair of scissors, pins, light and dark threads, and a needle. Now, the Foundation by the Yard comes all in one sheet. And the first thing you do is cut it all up along the dotted lines. So you've got lots of foundation squares like that, and your 4 border pieces. I think this border's called Flying Geese. Put that to one side for a minute. And you also get all your instructions are printed on the sheet as well. Now, my only criticism at all of this system was that although the instructions do work, if you follow them really carefully and trust the method, it does work. I just could have done with some diagrams or a tutorial. And the first thing I did was go onto YouTube and look for a tutorial, and there wasn't one. So I thought, well, I'll have a go. Now, I don't pretend to be an expert, but you don't need to be to use this. It's really, really easy, and I'm just going to quickly show you how to make a start. Now, obviously, the first thing you need is apart from your foundation sheet, is your fabrics. Now, if you buy fabrics, they're saying 2 yards. Was it 2 yards of? Yeah, 2 yards of light and 2 yards of dark fabric. Well, I didn't want to go and buy fabric specially, so I cut up some old shirts. So it's black spotty fabric and this sort of magenta stripe. And we're both old shirts. And there's a top with some embroidery on. I was a bit worried that would be, wouldn't work very well for patchwork, but actually it's come out fine. Looks really pretty. Let me see if I can. Oh, there's one. There we are. There's little embroidered parts included there, and that worked absolutely fine. Oh, I made a mess now. I also kept all the buttons off the shirts because I thought, well, they'll be nice to put at the corners of the squares when I put my quilt together and make a nice little detail. They do give you instructions about cutting the fabric, and they suggest that you cut your long border pieces first that you'll need when you come to put your quilt together. I didn't have any long pieces, so I'll have to go shopping specially for that because I didn't want to go and buy fabric specially. And then they suggest that you cut the rest of your fabric into manageable 8 or 9 inch squares, which works very well, but don't throw away any little bits like this because you can use them for the smaller areas of the design. So, to get started, it's really, really easy.